Today I'm going to show you how to download and install Windows 10 on your Intel-based Mac using the Bootcamp Assistant. So if we go to the Launchpad here, we go to the other folder, you see Bootcamp Assistant. Click on it to open. Bootcamp Assistant helps install Microsoft Windows on an Intel-based Mac by downloading the necessary support software. So basically the drivers you will need for your Mac to operate in Windows, creating a partition on your disk for Windows, and then starting the Windows installer. So let's click continue. Now we need a Windows 10 ISO. So to get a Windows 10 ISO, you're going to open Safari and you're going to type Windows 10 ISO and you're going to click the first result, which is Microsoft. You are then going to scroll down on the page, select Windows 10 Multi-Edition, confirm, then choose your language. In this case, obviously English United States. Click confirm. It will then ask you whether you want a 64-bit version or a 32-bit version. Most of you, if not all of you, are going to want a 64-bit version. And once you click on whatever version you want, it will begin downloading. Once it's downloaded, you're going to come here and you're going to click the arrow and you're going to choose, go to your downloads folder or wherever you saved the ISO to, click on it and click open. So as you see, the Windows 10 ISO is now listed here. We now have to choose the size of the Windows partition we want. In my case, I have a 2 terabyte drive, and I'm only going to be using Windows, honestly, to play Black Ops 2 Plutonium, so I don't even need that much storage. But for me, I'm just going to keep it simple, the 300 gigabyte partition for Windows and a 1.3 terabyte partition for macOS. So once you have your partition size figured out, you're going to click install. It is now downloading the Windows support software, or in other words, the drivers for your Mac needed to work in Windows. Once this is done, we'll be back. By the way, if you get an error when you're trying to download the Windows ISO from Microsoft, because it happened to me, what I did was I tried it on a different computer and it worked. But doing it on the Mac Pro, it would not work. But I tried it on my M4 Mac Mini and it worked. Then I airdropped it from the Mac Mini to the Mac Pro, and that's how I was able to get this going here, because for whatever reason it was giving me an error whenever I tried to download the ISO from the Mac Pro. It is now saving the Windows support software. Estimated installation time 2 minutes remaining. Okay, we are now partitioning the disk, so it's putting that 300 gigabyte Windows partition into effect now on my SSD. This is your Mac will stop responding while resizing the startup volume. This may last several minutes or hours. Please do not quit the Bootcamp Assistant, power off the computer, or restart until the operation is complete. And it is now copying the Windows files. It's saving the Windows support software, Bootcamp Windows support software, versions 6136 to be exact. Alright, so the Bootcamp Assistant has done what it needed to do to get Windows ready for installation, and the Mac is now restarting. While the Mac is restarting, make sure you're holding down the Option key, so the Mac will present you with the boot menu where you can then select the Windows partition and begin the Windows 10 setup. Alright, there we go. We got the chime. Make sure you're holding down the Option key, and it should bring up your boot menu where you can then select the Windows partition. Okay, there we go. We have our Windows partition, and let's press enter on that to boot up into the Windows 10 setup. I wish they would add or it's not even exactly, but something like Bootcamp to Apple Silicon Macs, because man, I would love to be able to natively boot Windows and be able to play, games and such that are only available on Windows with multiplayer. Because the problem, even though they have virtualization with Apple Silicon to run Windows and stuff, like, you can't play any multiplayer games that are on Windows because all those games have anti-cheat, and when you're on a virtual machine, that sets off the anti-cheat. But anyway, here we are at the beginning of the Windows 10 setup. We're going to click next. We don't have a product key because we don't mess with Microsoft like that. For this, we're going to select Windows 10 Pro. I recommend you do the same, because who wants the broke boy edition when you can have the Pro Edition. Accept the terms. Next. Alright, and for this, we're going to make sure that we install Windows on the Bootcamp partition. Next, it's now copying Windows files. So then I'm going to get files ready for installation. Then it's going to install features, install updates, and then finish up. Shouldn't take too long. We're on a Samsung 980 Pro SSD, so it should be blazing fast. Alright, it's almost done getting the files ready for install, 93%. So now installing updates. We're just not installing any updates because it's not connected to the internet, and it won't be throughout the whole setup because I can't stand Microsoft's Windows setup. It's so annoying. I keep it disconnected from the internet at all costs. Windows needs to restart to continue. Let's restart now. We got the startup chime. Make sure we select, why is there 2 Windows partitions? Okay, that's strange. Guess we'll go with this one. Did you guys see that? There was 2 Windows partitions. Or not partitions, but 2 Windows bootable things there. But it looks like we selected the right one. It's getting ready. I would give Apple $1 million to let us do this on modern Apple Silicon machines. Where it's not done through a virtual machine, it just runs on the thing natively. Even if it's only Windows 11 ARM. I'll take that. We need to start a petition for Apple to bring back Bootcamp. Alright, should auto-select the Windows? Yes, it did. It's going to continue the installation. Alright, and here we go. We should be at the Windows 10 official setup now. I wonder if you can run Windows 11 through Bootcamp on Intel. By the way, I have no mouse connected right now, so I'm doing everything with the tab key, the space bar, and enter. So our region, obviously United States or whatever your region is. I'm going to show you the optimal way to set up Windows 10. US, obviously. Skip, obviously. I do not have internet. Make sure you select that. Make sure you select continue with limited setup. And we're going to name our thing. In my case, I'm going to do my name. You do your name. Or you can do my name. I'd be flattered, honestly. Anyway, type your name, press next. Password, we don't care. Next. Now, you're going to want to disable all of these. So you got to each one individually and disable it because screw Microsoft. Once you have disabled all of them, press accept. Screw Cortana. She's probably dumber than Siri. Not now. And that is the optimal way you want to set up Windows 10. You're welcome. You can thank me later. It's now going to finish doing its final touches, and we should be at the Windows 10 desktop very soon. We'll be back when we are there. And boom, we're in Windows 10 on our trash can 2013 Mac Pro. Now immediately you'll notice it says welcome to the Bootcamp installer, and this opened up as soon as we launched into Windows. Welcome to the Bootcamp installer. Next. I agree to the license agreement. Install. Alright, so here we go with installing the drivers for your Mac to work with Windows, such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, graphics drivers, audio drivers, the hardware drivers, whatever drivers you would need. Apple has included in this Bootcamp driver installer package. Once this is done, we can use Windows like normal. We can play games. We can run whatever Windows program we want to use. And we can also go and install Windows updates to make sure our Windows installation is as secure as possible. After this install finishes, you're going to restart your Mac. It's going to install all the necessary drivers, and then you can install your Windows updates and whatever other programs or games you want to run. But as you see right there, the screen just flashed on and off, meaning most likely it just installed the graphics driver for my Mac. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you leave me a like, a comment down below, tell me your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more cool videos like this in the future. I also have an Amazon storefront where I post new products pretty much daily at this point for you guys to check out. It is one way you guys can support the channel. It will not cost you anything extra. I will just earn a small commission from whatever you purchase on Amazon from my Amazon storefront. I have some really cool gadgets on there, like some iPhone accessories, Mac accessories, MagSafe accessories, and you can also see all the different products that I personally use to make these videos every day for you guys. So if you could, please check out my Amazon storefront, maybe purchase something, doesn't matter what it is, big or small, Anything helps to support the channel and my content creation journey. That's where we're going to leave it. Enjoy running Windows on your Mac. If you guys thought I was joking, I was not. I literally just purchased a trash can Mac Pro just to run Bootcamp and Windows to play this Plutonium for World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and MW3. It is the best way to play COD on desktop these days. Thanks for watching. This is how you install Windows on your Intel-based Mac with Bootcamp Assistant, and I'll see you guys later.